Same happened against Liverpool. All 3 goals, he has some percentage to play in the blame for it. And that's 2 of our biggest games, you know. And if you're making mistakes, or it might not be an obvious mistake, but it's a lapse of judgment. You know,
it's contributing into the madness that we're seeing. Like,
you can barely make those mistakes against the West Hams and Sheffield United, let alone the Liverpools and Man City. So no wonder we're still in position. You know, we're in the same position because we're making the same mistakes with the same men. You know, Xhaka is pretty much the same. He's not as glaringly obvious in the middle as before because we use our fullbacks more. But when Thomas Partey comes in, watch what Thomas Partey will bring to the midfield what Tierney brought to the defence. Eyes open to what we really lacked over the years.
Facts. Like you said, man, that's the same with Gabriel. I don't feel Gabriel is perfect yet, but he's come out of 2 games, you know, fair enough, Liverpool in the Cup, and obviously last Saturday, unscathed. You know, Tierney does his thing. You know, that goal, I'm not going to lie, I hear what you're saying, I agree with you, but for me, I'm too angry to even delegate percentages. For me, that's just a poor, because it was one of them. I'm pretty sure you could see it as well. You could see the goal coming because that move, they did it before they actually did it. I feel we didn't get we let them play out from the back. We couldn't stop that, but we don't get tight enough to Mahrez. As you perfectly put, Ceballos and Xhaka, give or take, they're both at a madness. Bellerin is too easy for Foden. For me, there's no midfielders or anybody tracking Raheem Sterling's run as well. That's why when it's parried back, he probably has time to take another touch, if not Sergio's there. Leno, I'm critical of Leno, as you know, and these, what can I call it? Parries out like these. But that game there, I'm not too sure if he could have done better, you know. Like, I'm onto him, but it's like, could he have done better there?
Listen, that's why I say 10% on him. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to know where the ball's gonna go, especially when the shot is point blank range. You know, there's no defender in between. It's point blank range. The goal is at Foden's mercy.
Even Gabriel and Luiz were bugging out a bit for that.
Yeah, so he has the advantage in the situation, Foden. Leno made the save, you know, it wasn't the best of strikes from Foden. And from there, okay, it goes to Sterling, and people say he might have reacted quicker. That's true too. But in essence, yeah, the bigger mistakes come before. Like you said, it happened. The move that they scored from happened a couple times in the game before. Ceballos tried to be smart, which in the game, more often than not, he was smart enough to intercept or tackle. The statistics tell you that he was the most efficient in that. But at that moment, yeah, he got it wrong. And when you get it wrong once against the big teams, you can be punished. Full stop, you know? And that's what happened. That's what happened.
You see me with Bellerin, like you said, I like Bellerin, but it's like it's a mixture of things. Clearly everyone in their nan knows he just simply hasn't kicked on enough. He's too hot and cold, and he's what, 25. He's been here since 18. You know, I can take, you know, we had a perception of you're going to be Hector Bellerin best in the league, and you're not quite there. But he's nowhere near glaringly obvious. And it's for me, for someone that we speak of being the captain, or, you know, wants to be a leader and all these things, as much as I like him, when you look around at that right back spot, is he the glaringly obvious choice? You know, man might say Bellerin because Arteta. We both conceded we'll give him a year under Arteta. You know, Maitland-Niles, there's this debate as to whether him with 3 or 5 at the back. You've got Cedric Suarez, who I don't know what we're doing, because he's playing against Man United's 23s when we're traveling. Is he the glaringly obvious choice? You'd be a liar if you said yeah. And like you said, you're spot on. For me, it's too hot and cold. There's some games you think he's turned a corner, or there's a good collective performance we've done well. Like he fixed up in the Sheffield United game in the second half, but he just hasn't kicked. It's just too many bad habits. And I hear like Arteta can improve him and all of these, but surely some of these things, and you might be able to know more than me, but surely some of these things, like a manager shouldn't have to teach you. Like if you don't know it by now, then you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's not up to Arteta, because Bellerin had Wenger. You know, Wenger was the biggest protector of these players, and if he couldn't improve on his high potential early on, because he did have high potential, you know. I was a big fan of his at the beginning, especially when he had that assist against Bayern Munich. You know,
when he was moving mad,
pace, power. He moved to them. You know, but it's such a far cry off that now, Bellerin, that I now know that that's a position we need to improve on in the summer. If you ask me this summer what we need coming in, well, this summer 2021,
you were saying right back.
Yeah, I said last summer. I still say it now. So I say right back, I say a creative midfielder, and I say either a winger or an attacker. Make your mind up with Aubameyang. What is he? And wherever he is, get the other position. And then you can have a back four with Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, a new right back. You can have a middle of Partey, a new creative midfielder, and Saka at the tip of it. And then you have a new winger or Oba on the left, a new striker or Oba up front, and Pepe on the right. You start seeing a bit more of a shape and we might not get the right players in those positions.